What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some NBA games for Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks. Let's go ahead and get into the games. By request only, let me bring up a screen here. By request only, we're going to be doing the Hornets and the Cavaliers, Pacers versus the Magic, the Heat versus the Bucks, and then the Kings versus the Pelicans. So 4 NBA games by request. Let's go ahead and get into them. But first, on this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the road team, the away team up top, their coach's record, their season record, their road record, any other notes I want to add. In the middle is the head-to-head record between the two teams all time, regular season, and for this season in particular. And then at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their coach's record, their home record, any other notes that I want to add. So let's scroll up to Hornets and Cavaliers. Let's get the screen to be much bigger. Let's get the ticker going for the Hornets and the Cavs. All right, so let's start with the home team. What are some numbers for the home team to win this game? And then we'll look over some numbers for the road team to win this game. So let's start with the home team, which is the Cavaliers. If the Cavaliers were going to win this game, Hornets, they can get their 34th loss for the season in their 34th away game. Today is the 61st day of the Gregorian calendar. 34 written out sums to 61. Today is March 2nd, written 3/2, a day with 27 date numerology on the Gregorian. 27 written out sums to 125. And the number 32 written out sums to 158. And Hornets coach, he can become 125, 158 for a regular season record in his career with a loss, this being the 283rd game for his career regular season as a coach for Hornets. 283 is the 61st prime number. Today does have 47 date numerology on the Gregorian. 47 is the 15th prime number. Hornets coach, or not Hornets coach, but Hornets can sit on 15 road wins with a loss as they get their 34th loss in their 34th away game, as their coach becomes 125, 158. The Cavaliers, this is the last head-to-head matchup between these two teams, and Cavaliers can become 3-1, like 31 head-to-head against the Hornets for the season with a win. 31 is the 11th prime number. Today does have 11 date numerology on the Gregorian. In regards to 47 date numerology on the Gregorian, 47 sums to 149. Cavaliers coach can get his 149th regular season win for his career, as Cavs sit on 47 all-time head-to-head losses against the Hornets with a win. And then Cavs can get their 37th win for the season. In Hornets' 64th game for the season, 64 written out sums to 157, the 37th prime number. Those are some numbers for the Cavaliers. If we would look towards the Hornets to win this game, it could be a Hebrew religious thing. What I mean by that is on the Hebrew religious side of the calendar, there's 36, 63, 123 date numerology. And Cavaliers, they can sit on 36 wins for the season with the loss, as their coach gets his 213th loss regular season for his career. 213 is just an anagram of 123, as their coach sits on 63 wins regular season as a coach for the Cavaliers with the loss. So you have the 63, the 313, the 36, 36, 63, 123 date numerology. It's also a day leaving 30 left. And this is Cavaliers' 30th home game. So some Hebrew religious numbers there, potentially for the Cavs going against them. The Cavaliers, this is their coach's 361st regular season game for his career. 361 is the 19th triangular number, or it has a square root of 19. One of the two. Let's find out. It has a square root of 19. And Cavaliers can sit on 19 home wins with the loss as they get their 11th loss at home for the season today with 11 date numerology on the Gregorian. Hornets would get their 31st win for the season, 31 the 11th prime number, as they sit on 18 road losses with the win. 61st day of the Gregorian, 61 sums to 18. It's the 177th day of the Hebrew civil calendar, and Hornets coach can sit on 177 losses regular season for his career with the win. And then he can sit on 157 losses regular season as a coach for the Hornets with the win in their 64th game for the season. 64 written out sums to 157. So those will be some numbers for the Hornets and the Cavaliers. Let's move on to the next game, the Pacers and the Magic. Starting with the home team, if the Magic was going to win this game, it would be an interesting 6 pattern is what I came up with for the Magic if they were going to pull this off. Pacers would sit on 21 wins for the season as they sit on 6 losses for the season. 21 mathematically is the 6th triangular number. And the number 6 written out sums to 52, 16, 29, 20. Pacers can sit on 21 wins, 6 road wins, as Magic get their 52nd regular season head-to-head win against the Pacers. Again, 6 sums to 52 and 16. Magic would get their 16th win for the season as they get their 52nd regular season head-to-head win against Pacers. Magic would sit on 21 home losses with the win. 21, the 6th triangular number. So you have this 21, this 16, this 52, this 6, this 21 would go in favor for the Magic. Magic would sit on 47 losses for the season as they get their 16th win. Also, it's Magic's 29th home game. I forgot that one. Forgot about that. So 6 sums to 52, 16, 29. Magic can get their 16th win and their 29th home game as they sit on 21 home losses, get their 52nd regular season head-to-head win against Pacers as Pacers sit on 6 road wins, as well as 21 wins for the season, 21 the 6th triangular number. Magic would become 1647, 47 date numerology on the Gregorian. They would get their 57th all-time head-to-head win against the Pacers, and 57 is similar to 47 in a way. 57 sums to 50 and 49, just like 47 sums to 50 and 49. But today is also the March 2nd, which is 3/2, like 32. And 57 also sums to 131, the 32nd prime number. So that could be in favor for Magic. And then today is a day leaving 30 left in the Hebrew religious year. Magic could sweep the Pacers 3-0, like 30 for the season with the win. And those would be some numbers for the Magic. If the Pacers were going to win this game, Magic, they can get their 22nd home loss as Pacers get their 22nd win for the season. It could just be that simple. Pacers can get their 78th all-time head-to-head win against the Magic, 78, the 12th triangular number. They would also become 1-2 head-to-head against Magic for the season, like 12 with the win. Today with 47 date numerology, 47 sums to 49. It being the second day of March, like 32. 32 also sums to 49. And the number 227 is the 49th prime number. And Magic could become 722 at home with a loss, which is just a reflection of 227. Magic would sit on 15 wins on a day with 47 date numerology, 47 the 15th prime number. They would get their 48th loss for the season. 48 written out also sums to 47. It sums to 61 as well, and today is the 61st day of the Gregorian with 47 date numerology. 48 sums to 47 and 61. So those would be some numbers for the Magic, or excuse me, for the Pacers to win this game. And there you see both sides, Magic and Pacers. Let's move on to the next one. Heat versus the Bucks. Heat versus the Bucks. All right, let's start with the home team, the Bucks. If the Bucks were going to win this game, Bucks can get their 22nd home win for the season. They can even the score 2-2, like 22 head-to-head against the Heat for the season, as Heat get their 22nd loss for the season to go with. Heat would get their 15th road loss on a day with 47 date numerology, 47 the 15th prime number. The Bucks would become 38-25 for a season record with a win on a day with 47 date numerology. 47 and 25. 47, if I can spell, 47 and 25 are identical in all four base ciphers. Both of them sum to 149, just like the number 38 sums to 149. And the Bucks will become 38-25 for a season record with a win. Both 47 and 25 sum to 49 as well. And Bucks would get their 49th regular season head-to-head win against the Heat to go with. And Heat would sit on 41 wins for the season, with a loss today being the 61st day of the Gregorian year. 61 written out sums to 41. So those would be some numbers for the Bucks. If the Heat were going to win this game, it would be potentially a 13 pattern. Bucks would fall 1-3 head-to-head against the Heat for the season, like 13, as Bucks get their 13th home loss, as Bucks coach gets his 91st regular season loss as a coach for Bucks. 91 mathematically is the 13th triangular number. Heat would get their 5th win in a row for the season. And if you type in the number 5, 5 sums to 20, or 5 sums to 42, and it sums to 21. 5 sums to 42, and it sums to 21. Heat can get their 5th win in a row as they become 42-21 for a season record, as they get their 21st road win, keeping Bucks on 21 home wins with a loss. In regards to Heat getting their 42nd win for the season, 42, if you write out 42, it sums to 74. And they can get their 42nd win for the season as they pick up their 74th regular season head-to-head win against the Bucks to go with. So those would be some numbers for both sides there. Last game on the board for per request, Kings versus the Pelicans. Start with the home team, the Pelicans. If the Pelicans were going to win this game, the Pelicans can get their first win against the Kings and become 1-2, like 12 head-to-head against Kings for the season, as Pelicans pick up their 37th win all-time head-to-head against the Kings, 37, the 12th prime number. This being the Kings' 64th game for the season. 64 written out sums to 157, the 37th prime number. Kings would sit on 23 wins for this season as they get their 23rd road loss, today being March 2nd, written 3/2 or 2/3. It's a day with it's the 61st day of the Gregorian year. 61 sums to 41. Kings could become 23-41 for a season record as they get their 23rd road loss. This is the Kings' 31st away game. This is the Pelicans' 31st home game. 31, the 11th prime number, today with 11-date numerology. Pelicans can sit on 31 all-time head-to-head losses against the Kings with a win. So those would be some numbers for the Pelicans. If the Kings were going to win this game, we can say that it's the 61st day of the Gregorian year. 61 mathematically is the 18th prime number. Pelicans can get their 18th home loss as Kings coach gets his 18th win as a coach for the Kings in his 47th game as a coach for the Kings, today with 47 date numerology on the Gregorian, the 61st day, which is the 18th prime. Kings would get their 24th win for the season to go with 24 sums to 103, the 27th prime number, today with 27 date numerology on the Gregorian. They can get that 24th win. And then today is March 2nd, written 3/2, like 32. Kings can get that 32nd all-time head-to-head win against the Pelicans to go with, as Pelicans get their 37th loss for the season, this being Kings' 64th game for the season. And we know 64 written out sums to 157. 157, the 37th prime number. And that is both sides for you. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you some insight to some of these games. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys watching. And I appreciate everyone who is requesting games on Patreon right now. I appreciate it. Keeping me busy. I wish you guys the best of luck. And hopefully win all the money in the world. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again, guys.